is going woke.
Has LEGO Friends become the most dangerous range of playsets for children? Following recent changes to LEGO Friends' colorful cast of characters, Fox News weighs in. Did Fox News successfully paint some of the most positive pandering from the LEGO Group as intrusive and excessive wokeness? The LEGO Group introduced the Friends theme in 2012, aiming to appeal to adolescent girls. There were originally 5 members of the theme's ensemble cast. Diverse ensembles have been a mainstay in LEGO themes since the 1990s. Friends playsets have had an emphasis on characters, plus the hobbies, skills, and other traits which set them apart from one another since the beginning. The theme has faced controversy in the past for appealing to stereotypes, and the LEGO Group was accused of perpetuating stereotypical gender roles. In 2018, the LEGO Group made overhauls to the theme, such as an overall less pink-heavy parts assortment, and even adjusting the skin tones of the theme's main characters. Now, in 2023, the theme has been softly rebooted, so to speak, with the 5 original main characters being aged up to make way for the new ensemble cast. 5 new female mini-doll characters, as well as 3 male characters, now feature as the pivotal mini-doll inclusions in new playsets going forward. By adapting over more than a decade, LEGO Friends remains a viable toy range for more than just the original intended demographic of adolescent girls.
The company unveiling a range of new characters in the effort to be more inclusive. LEGO says the new characters will promote diversity and understanding.
Harris Faulkner, anchor for Fox News' The Faulkner Report, hosted the segment LEGO Goes Woke, without her or her guest actually throwing out the term woke. A good faith definition of woke would be alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. However, race isn't discussed at all in this segment, not even regarding the introduction of the first ever dark-skinned mini-doll, which also displays vitiligo skin pigmentation.
Some will have anxiety issues. I don't know how you show that.
New ensemble character Paisley is sparingly mentioned in online biographies to be shy. Anxiety issues are indeed not shown on the box nor in the instructions, and consumers would need to peruse the official press release accompanying the reboot to find the term anxiety.
One will have a missing limb, another Down syndrome.
Faulkner's entire list of character traits deemed woke consists entirely of handicaps. Autumn, from the new main cast of characters, features the first instance of a mini-doll with an absent forearm and hand. The character with Down syndrome would be Fiona, a secondary character featured in one set so far.
These are really important issues.
Yeah.
Do you want LEGO in there?
This has the potential to be a great question for parents considering purchasing LEGO sets with figures that display impairments or conditions which their child may not yet understand or be familiar with.
Definitely not.
Unfortunately, we have to sit through answers to these questions from a man named Jimmy Failla. According to his LinkedIn, Failla is a New York City cab driver turned professional stand-up comic who has now appeared over 500 times on various Fox TV shows. Failla has scarcely enough experience for me to assume he is even familiar with the LEGO brand, let alone for me to assume that he understands more about the role of toys in development and education than the average consumer.
My daughter bought a Barbie that's in a wheelchair, right?
How dare she?
Yeah, and you know what that indoctrinated her into? Maybe being decent to people in wheelchairs.
It is not a difficult task to concoct a positive case for LEGO including more relatable quirks in their mini dolls. Here's Failla's best attempt at building a case for why the LEGO Group shouldn't take these steps towards representing greater diversity.
But what's so fascinating about this story is the divide in the country. Republicans think it's insane that they're forcing identity politics into Legos. Democrats are upset that they didn't make a drag queen stripper. They're like, you call this a children's toy? What kind of set is this?
Failla immediately props up a weak, outlandish description of what people who agree with him must be saying.
No, it shouldn't be going on the way it's going on. But the reason they force identity into toys is because they think identity comes with a built-in political orientation. And that's what they're after here. I'm not having it.
Failla seemingly claims there is a partisan agenda in LEGO playsets, presuming they would make any efforts which might deter a large percentage of consumers.
Because there's people with Down syndrome and disabilities in Republican families.
The presence of handicapped mini dolls in children's play sets is not an issue perceived differently by either end of the political spectrum.
Wow. I just want to build, like, I have a Lego set that builds the White House.
Yeah, no, imagine that. And that's the whole point of Legos. If your kid builds with them, he's smart, he's gonna be fine. If he eats them, you gotta keep an eye on that kid. That's all they were there for.
This Fox News story does little to dissect any political narrative dealt out by the LEGO Group. This segment merely achieves in capitalizing off of an existing brand while churning out more fodder for a ceaseless cycle of news.
There you go. And Play-Doh is like that too. Outnumbered next.
The LEGO Group is a multi-billion-dollar corporation motivated by money. To assume that even the group's most benevolent endeavors are true acts of altruism would be giving them far too much credit. The LEGO Group isn't looking to rule out any partisan sections of their consumer base. The LEGO Group merely aims to reel in more potential consumers and sales. Whether aspects of diversity among individuals are present in toys from a building block company or not, it's a fact that not everybody looks like Emmett from the LEGO Movie. Understanding that some people are wheelchair bound is not woke. Perhaps there is a line LEGO shouldn't cross when it comes to depicting the world around us, but that line has not yet been crossed by LEGO friends.